What's up, you guys? Let's talk about Beyond the Gate. Have you guys been watching? We have sadly lost a character this week. R.I.P. to Derek. Now, my heart goes out to him. Now we have to hear Ashley whine. And I will say this, I like Derek's character. I did. I know that some people may have not liked Derek. I just didn't like how Ashley did him. And I love that he got to tell her, I love you. And he ended that on the terms that he did. And Ashley's like feeling bad for all the things she did. And it's just like, okay, Ashley, you made your choice. I do feel bad for you. But honey, he was really trying to get back with you. And he was like, we'll never be together, whatever. And it's just like, okay, I hate when things like this happen. I really do. And this week, the cotillion was amazing. Samantha looked amazing. I'm so happy she won. I did wish that Jessica could have won, because Jessica, she had everything, like the qualities, but she wasn't really into cotillion. But I'm gonna say this, I like that she was her own self. And now we get like a little backstory of how her parents are very uppity. We can see that, and they got mad because she threw it back on the dance floor. Her parents was like, oh my god, no. And then Anastasia, her daughter, Jessie, oh my god, her granddaughter, and it was just like, oh my god, like it's just so much, y'all. But Jacob was trying to make her arrest this week, and Derek followed Grace into the warehouse, and Jacob tried to hide him, and then he saw the gun, and Jacob would have got shot, but Derek stepped in the way. And I'm going to go ahead and say Derek was a good friend. He really was. I wish that he could have got his happy ending. And then when he passed, it was sad. And then, okay, Leah's going to jail. That's the chief of the hospital. So this week, Eva also helped June get ready, Samantha get ready, and Jessica get ready. And of course, Kat had to throw a little snob at her. And it's just like, okay, Kat, please. Then when Eva does something and retaliates, and she said, you know, niece, I'm glad to be here or whatever. And Nicole let her be. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Kat, baby, as you, my favorite, you and Eva are both my favorite. I will say this, Kat, sorry. Honey, you can't get nobody to recruit not liking that girl. You might as well let that go. For real. Because you try to recruit, if you don't like somebody, don't have everybody try to recruit not to like them. Like, baby, it's not working, because your family gonna show you every time what they gonna do. Martin and Smitty, Smitty was worried. He was at the cotillion. Darnell showed up on time. Well, right on time when Samantha trips because of Jesse tripping her. But we thought Darnell was gonna miss it, but he had a flat tire. And I really do hope him and Samantha get together. I know there's like a kind of like an age gap, but I think that's better for her, because Nathan, oh my god, then he called her a B because he wanted to dance her, and she was like, no. Now, if y'all don't remember, Nathan and her got caught last year because they was about to do the bumpity whoop whoop whoop, and that didn't happen. But I'm glad it didn't. And but Tyrell and Jessica did. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm not surprised if she does get pregnant. Some people say, oh, well, they use protection. Stuff can break and slip and everything, you know. So, and it was his first time. Jessica's already been down that road of fornication. Okay, so her parents own a beach house, and they went to the beach house, and yes, her parents had to discuss with her. I'm gonna go ahead and say they probably don't even like Tyrell either, how they acted. I'm gonna go ahead and say her parents just uppity. They was pissing me off. They pissed me off thinking about just even talking about it. We haven't seen Leslie this week. We have seen Eva. I do like that we did miss her these past couple episodes, but will we see her tomorrow, or will we see her next week? I do like some of Leslie's antics. It'd be funny. Yes, I think she needs to go down. I'm gonna go ahead and say Jesse, Vanessa. There is a rumor saying that Doug may be still alive. Is Doug really alive? Oh my god, I hope so. Doug McBride, I hope he's still alive. Deanna came home to present the cotillion crown, and I will say this, it was kind of shocking because her mom didn't know, and I'm like, bruh, how you don't know your own daughter was coming to town? Because you know Deanna does not like Joey, and she found out the cufflinks that Darnell had on were from Joey, and he confronted his mother about the whole plasma thing, about the shooting or whatever. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, like mom used to say, you don't even know who you got in bed with. Vanessa, she says, I know Joey. Girl, you don't know Joey. You asking him questions because you was like, you know, I don't want people side eye me, baby. Get away from Joey. Because, baby, if he goes down, they're going to swear up and down you knew. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. If your kids find out you was messing with him, yes, they had open marriage. But if your kids find out you was messing with Joey, well, you was still married to their daddy. I'm I'ma go ahead and say you gonna have to stand on that cliff by yourself and die. For real. You know how you stand, you gotta stand, you wanna stand on that cliff and die by yourself, you'll stand on that, what you said. But I will say this, Vanessa, you need to fix it, because I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Your kids don't need to know you was what you call, yes, you and your husband was an open marriage, but you was the only one open because Doug was doing his thing with the surgery table and, you know, doing his surgeries, and because he was a not plastic surgeon, he was a heart doctor or a heart surgeon or whatever, and he was good at what he did. That was what Garland needed. And because when Leslie's mom, Peaches, which is her adopted mom, was sick, that's what she wanted. But you know, Doug had died. He died last year in September, but I don't think he's dead. I hope Marcel, you know, is having him hit up somewhere, because he was the one that took out him for Joey, because he's on Joey's payroll too. And I'm gonna go ahead and say Elon came to Joey. He wasn't playing no games, because you know a civilian died, which was Derek, because he came to the warehouse because he followed Grayson, because he called Grayson still in plasma. He's like, what are you doing? He said, you know, if you don't go out way, he said Ashley could, and all Derek heard was Ashley, and he came. And I'm like, bruh, why? Because I was mad when I saw him. And I'm like, bro, what the heck? You came to the warehouse, Derek? What the hell you doing, man? But one thing he gonna do, he don't play by Ashley. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, Ashley, she played in your face too many times. Because this is the same woman that was flirting with Andre, and yeah, and then got with him, and then when Derek fell, since when he was paralyzed, and she got back with him, and then he could move and stuff. And then y'all remember what happened when she found out. She was like, he lied to me. Girl, go sit down somewhere. She pissed me off so bad. But I wish that he was still alive, because I believe he would have worked hard trying to get Ashley back. He really did love Ashley. He really did. I was like, dog, Grayson should have got off, but I know Grayson's mother is sick, and he was trying to take care of her, and that's why he did the plasma thing. And Leah, it was so quick how she switched up this week. She said something, when she found out it was Jacob Hawthorne, she's like, Jacob Hawthorne? She's like, she was trying to do a plea deal. I'm looking like that. Hold on, baby. You want to stand 10 toes down what you said. But remember, Lynette worked for a bank. And that's one of Haley's old con artists, and she got Leah's retirement. So she had, I'm gonna go ahead and say, so how much money did you take from Leah? Because Leah's a chief of a hospital, so she has money. And like Shanice said today, she's like, you know, that's no excuse. And I will say this, I hope Shanice gets to have to be the chief of the hospital, because I like Shanice, I do, but not for Ted. I don't want her for Ted. No. Put Ted and Nicole back together. I'm just waiting for Ted and Nicole to bumpity back again. But that's just how I feel, and I want to see a lot of people win. I want to see Jacob win, but I want Jacob to work more hard, because I'm gonna go ahead and say Ray ain't gonna get off, and I believe it's gonna be a higher attack, because I will say this. It's about to get real on Beyond the Gates. If you are not watching, you need to go stream it on Paramount Plus. I know some people are saying it's boring. It has his days where it's like, okay, pick up the pace. But I'm trying to hold on, because I'm trying to be like my grandma back in the day. You know, I gotta go home and watch my stories. I'm at work trying to watch stories at 2. But I hope you guys are tuning in every day at 2, Monday through Friday, or watching it when it's dropping on Paramount Plus. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You don't miss any of my updates, because Beyond the Gate is getting good. Because it's about to go down. I think it's going to be good. But I hope these writers are keeping it, because it be having moments where I be like, dang, pick up the pace. Good God. I could take a whole week off and come back and just binge watch some episodes. Y'all need to hurry up. But this Emperor, this supplier, I'm gonna go ahead and say something. I said I think it might be Joey's real sister, because I was like, yeah, Leah may be his sister, but Leah's not his sister. I don't think so. But Leah is not built for this life, because she's about to have a whole meltdown about, you know, going to jail. I'm like, baby, and she said, I wasn't in this. I was forced. I think you was doing this before you got your money taken from when Lynette took your money. But hopefully they take touch bases. Don't be like, you know, dying storylines down, because there's a few people that to go down. Leslie, Haley, Joey and Vanessa. Yeah, there's so many people on the list, and everybody's like, oh, let's get Leslie first. Well, that's why I'm going ahead and say that's where a lot of the heat come from. When I mean like some of the episodes be a little better when she's on there. This week it was actually good. We did get Eva on Monday. We didn't get too much of her after that, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We be looking for Leslie sometimes, because some of her stuff, It be hitting, to be honest. Now, I will say this. There's certain scenes that are boring. Now, I will say this. Now, Kat did overhear Bill talking to Tomas. Do y'all think that he would take Leah's case? I think he would. Because I'm going to go ahead and say Bill is dirty. He is. But I do want to do a video of touching on Danny and Bill, because there's some dynamics I really want to talk about. And then I want to talk about a video again of Kat and Eva, because I do have a video up on my channel about Kat, because I didn't like her at the time, but I grew to like her because I like the actress. She's cool and she's funny. But I will say this, I will, if you're a good person, like if what you call it, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm trying to give people grace if I like your as a person, so I'll give your character grace. But I will say this, I'm gonna call you out. What else do I need to say? I was so happy that they included June. I think that was so sweet. I like that Samantha got to dance with her. What's called and how Anastasia was acting when she thought her granddaughter Jessie had one, and how Nathan was acting and he took the envelope and they knew it was an envelope. I love the fact that Deanna's like, this is not the envelope, because I don't remember it like this, and she had a call or whatever, and Anastasia's grandma was like, grandma, just let it go, and she was like, she gave her grace and gave her stuff and her crown or whatever, and that was sweet, because I know she really wanted to win, but she didn't win. It was Samantha. But if Samantha didn't win, I wanted Jessica to win. But I'm glad that Samantha won, and I hope she knows that she is a winner. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And I know somebody made a post on something. The Duprees do watch a lot of stuff, but I will say this: Samantha is not a Dupree by blood. She is. I don't think, did they ever say her last name? I can't remember right now. She is. Because we don't even know who her real dad is. I hope we get to find out who her real dad is, and I hope they deep dive on that and be on the gate. Or even if it's years from now, I want to hear who their real daddy is. Like, for real, I want to know. And I'm going to say, where was her auntie at? Why y'all didn't invite her auntie? Yeah, I'm trying to invite everybody, so yeah. But I hope you guys are currently streaming Beyond the Gate, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Just stick with it as much as you can, because it has days where it be boring, some days it be good, and then some days just okay. But it's like a snooze fest. But that's what we're here to have, our ups and downs with episodes. But I hope it gets better. Alright, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and thank you guys so much for listening. See you soon.